My father abandoned the family when I was little. My mother was always at work, so we were left alone in the house. And since there was almost never anyone in the house, I mostly stayed on the street. And that's how I started to hang out on the streets. After a while, I started using different kinds of drugs, alcohol. I even got into doing illegal things. I remember that in our neighborhood, we spent a lot of time in a particular corner. One day a person arrived preaching the gospel. At that time, I happened to be at that corner. This person had a ministry called SOS on the streets, which works with at-risk street youth. This person came to the corner where we were at and started talking about Christ in such a way that it seemed he was looking directly at me and told me, "God has a purpose for your life." At first, I thought he was crazy. Many times I tried to offend this person. Perhaps it was because of the kind of life I was living. My thought was that maybe God wasn't going to look at such a sinful person or someone that had done as much harm as I had. Deep down, I knew what I was doing was wrong. But one day, I felt the need to talk to that person. I think I longed to experience a life different than the life I had been living. And that's where, on that corner, I first surrendered my life to Christ. I cannot say that when I received Christ, I changed completely. It was a process, but it was a process where God was always with me. I realized that God was leading me to preach the gospel in the same corner where I used to hang out with all my friends. It was a beautiful experience because I remember that many people who I had shared my past life with, these people came outside to hear my testimony, to hear what I was going to say about God, about Christ. After I accepted Christ, I felt the need to be able to reach other youth, those people who were stuck in the same situation I was before I knew Christ. And that's where the need was born in my heart to be able to preach Christ to others. So I started attending ABWE's Institute for Church Planters. I'm extremely grateful for my experience with the Institute for Church Planters. The ICP training teaches you how and in what way to start a church plant. The methods and strategies they teach have been super powerful tools that they have helped me develop. At that time, I was a new pastor, a new church planter, and I had no idea how to start planting a church. But being here at the ICP and with ABWE, through all of my studies, I have been able to keep learning, growing, applying, and have been able to put into practice what they taught me to help me plant a church. Because of how God was able to save me, I truly believe that He can save anyone else. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are or have been, God has the power to change and transform any human heart. I was always a rebel before coming to the feet of Christ. And our faith and our hope is that we can plant the seed of the gospel in the lives of other at-risk youth, and that one day that seed will bear fruit and God will reach them.